live from Los Angeles.
Thanks so much for joining us here on NBA Today. And boy, do we have a jam-packed hour for you. The ESPY Awards, they're tonight, but why wait? Right here in 15 minutes, we're going to have the honor of revealing who of Victor Wembanyama, Jalen Brunson, SGA, or Nikola Jokic will be named the winner of the Best NBA Player ESPY. But that's not the only news that we have for you. At 3:30 Eastern, we will be holding the WNBA All-Star Draft. And we're going to have some WNBA royalty here to help us do it. The Hall of Famers, Cynthia Cooper, Teresa Weatherspoon, in studio. And they'll be serving as the honorary general managers to select who is going to be teaming up with who for next weekend's All-Star Game. Paige Beckers, maybe going to be running a little pick and roll with Asia Wilson. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese teaming up in Chicago. You're not going to want to miss that. But we start our show with the biggest question mark that continues to hang over the basketball world, and that is, where will LeBron James take his talents after he makes what could be his final decision? And we know that the pitches, they're coming in. They're fast, they're furious. And Steph Curry, he is the latest to offer one up this morning on Good Morning America.
The Bay, we know how to win. It's beautiful weather, great golf. I know he's into that. But like you said, the USA experience that we had, the battles that we had over the years. We just know how to play basketball, and I think that he would enjoy, just the idea of what it means to finish your career the right way. He knows, what he wants, and eventually he'll make that decision. It's totally up to him. But we're having fun with it, knowing that he's got his pick of the entire league, like wherever he wants to go. To be honest,
I don't know. There was a good pitch. Did you hear anything back? Is there anything we should know?
I came here to break some. No. We'll let him take care of that for sure.
That was a pretty convincing pitch that we heard here. Mark Spears, Tim McMahon, Chiney Ogwumike. Chiney, we know that LeBron is prioritizing winning, but would LeBron and Steph, would them going from rivals to teammates, be the best story for LeBron to end his career with?
Honestly, it would be a fairy tale for many basketball fans who consider them the ones that define this recent generation. Raising my hand as a millennial, the last time we saw them competitively together was during the Olympics, and they did pretty well, if I say. Let's break it down, because what I love about Steph and LeBron is that these two guys are unguardable in different levels. Here you'll see Steph have the gravity, bring multiple defenders, but then there's bad spacing. LeBron sets a slam screen for Steph. Steph will be vacated, and look how wide open Steph is to knock down the three. Over 700 catch and shoot threes under Steve Kerr. He is the best of the best when it comes to that category of the game. Now, speaking of best of the best, LeBron James is that in fast break. This is the one that got everybody out of their seats. The alley-oop seen around the world, literally by defenders. Look at LeBron slamming the floor because he's so excited. And speaking of slam screens, watch this action here. It's just a little give and go dribble handoff. Two defenders in a blender, and Steph gets wide open threes. All aspects of the game, whether it's how.
I'm so excited to be talking about the latest news in the NBA, and that's the potential move of LeBron James to the Golden State Warriors. I mean, can you imagine it? The King teaming up with Steph Curry, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. It's a fairy tale ending for many basketball fans, but is it a legitimate contender for a championship? I'm joined today by Mark Spears, Tim McMahon, and Chiney Ogwumike, and we're going to break it down. First, let's talk about Steph Curry's pitch to LeBron. He said, "The Bay, we know how to win. We've got beautiful weather, great golf. I mean, who wouldn't want to play in the Bay Area? The weather is amazing, the food is incredible, and the golf courses are some of the best in the world. But, let's be real, LeBron is prioritizing winning, and the Warriors, as much as they've accomplished, are not the same team they were a few years ago." Chiney, you made a great point earlier that if LeBron and Steph were to team up, it would be a fairy tale ending for many basketball fans. They're two of the greatest players of our generation, and to see them play together would be a dream come true. But, you also said that the Warriors don't have the same roster as they did during their championship runs. They're not the same team that won multiple championships, and that's a big concern for LeBron. I think that's a great point, Chiney. The Warriors were a dynasty, but they're not the same team anymore. They've got some young players, but Harry not the same caliber as the players they had during their championship runs. And, let's be real, LeBron is a 42-year-old legend who's looking to win another championship. He's not looking to rebuild or be part of a team that's trying to find its way. Tim, you mentioned that the Warriors internally feel like they're a dark horse to land LeBron. But, one thing that Steph didn't mention is that if LeBron wants to make up for the money he's losing, coming to the Bay Area is also coming to Silicon Valley. I mean, when you think of Silicon Valley, you think of innovation, you think of wealth generation. It's a place where LeBron could make up for the money he's losing and still have a great quality of life. But, let's not forget, the Warriors are not the only team in the running for LeBron. There are other teams that are interested, and they're going to make some strong pitches. The 76ers, for example, are looking to make a push for LeBron, and they've got some great young players. They've got Joel Embiid, who's one of the best centers in the league, and they've got some great role players. They're a team that's on the rise, and they could be a legitimate contender with LeBron. I think that's a great point. The 76ers are a team that's on the rise, and they've got some great young players. They've got the talent, they've got the chemistry, and they've got the coaching. They're a team that could make a deep run in the playoffs, and with LeBron, they could be a championship contender. But, let's go back to the Warriors. If LeBron were to join the Warriors, it would be a great story, it would be fun, but it would not be a legitimate contender. The Warriors are not the same team they were a few years ago, and they're not the same team that won multiple championships. They've got some young players, but they're not the same caliber as the players they had during their championship runs. I think that's a great point. The Warriors were a dynasty, but they're not the same team anymore. They've got some great players, but they're not the same team that won multiple championships. And, let's be real, LeBron is a 42-year-old legend who's looking to win another championship. He's not looking to rebuild or be part of a team that's trying to find its way. So, where do you think LeBron will end up? Will he join the Warriors, or will he go to another team? I think it's going to be a fascinating offseason, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But, one thing is for sure, LeBron James is going to make a decision that's best for him, and that's what it's all about. I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm excited to see where LeBron ends up. It's going to be a wild ride, and we're going to have to stay tuned to see what happens. But, for now, let's just enjoy the speculation and the rumors. It's all part of the fun of the NBA, and it's what makes the league so great. In conclusion, the potential move of LeBron James to the Golden State Warriors is a fascinating story, but it's not a legitimate contender for a championship. The Warriors are not the same team they were a few years ago, and they're not the same team that won multiple championships. LeBron is a 42-year-old legend who's looking to win another championship, and he's not looking to rebuild or be part of a team that's trying to find its way. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but one thing is for sure, it's going to be a wild ride.